What's up everyone, Michael Taylor from 64 Motorsport, and this here is a short shift kit from the BMW E46, and I'm going to do a comparison between this BMW short shift kit and the short shift kit from UUC, which is the EVO3 and the Dual Shear Selector Rod. So if you've got a manual transmission in your E46 BMW, then you're not going to want to miss this episode, because I'm going to do a comparison and show you the pros and cons of both these shift kits so that you've got all the information you need to make the best decision possible when selecting your short shift kit. So let's get straight into it. So let's have a look at these two shifters side by side and see how they stack up. Now the gold looking one is the short shift kit from BMW, and the aluminium one is the EVO3 from UUC. So in terms of overall length, they both look about the same, but that's where the differences end. On the BMW shifter, the ball itself is a separate part, and it's like plastic or nylon, and it's surrounded by a nylon sleeve or bush. And on the EVO3, the ball, which slots into the yoke assembly, is part of the actual shifter itself. So it's been machined in, so it's made from aluminium also. And then UUC have used an upgraded bushing material, and that gives you a much tighter fit in the yoke assembly and less chance of wear, which will mean that it's not going to wear out and you're not going to start to develop play or sloppiness in the actual shifter. The other difference too is that the EVO3 uses a Teflon bush where it connects to the selector rod. That's not going to wear out and give you any extra play in the selector. Now the other component is the selector rod itself. Now I've opted for the Dual Shear Selector Rod from UUC to go in combination with the selector itself. The gold looking one is the selector rod from BMW, and the aluminium is the one from UUC. And you can see straight away some noticeable differences, and this is going to have a huge impact in terms of how the selector rod works and have an impact in terms of the crispiness or the lack of play that you'll get when you're changing gears. On the UUC selector rod, it's got like a U shape on both ends, and instead of just a single pin which is secured on one side. And the real advantage with that is that because the pin goes through both sides, it's going to prevent any sort of play or movement in the selector rod, and that's going to prevent any sloppiness in the actual selector and give you a much tighter, more precise gear change. UUC have also upgraded the shims or the washers to Teflon, and they're not going to wear out, which means that over time it's going to maintain that crispiness and that precision in terms of your gear changes. So when you look at all those things, for my mind, the EVO3 short shift kit from UUC is a clear winner when stacked up next to the standard short shift kit from BMW. It's going to give great long life thanks to its durability. It's a much more solid shifter. It feels more solid in your hand, and with the use of uprated nylon and Teflon bushes and washers, it's going to last much longer and give you less play in the actual selector over a period of time. So if you've got an E46 BMW with a manual transmission, then now's probably the time to start thinking about it, because by installing a short shift kit, you're really going to improve the quality of your driving experience by having a short shift kit. And when you're shopping around, I think the EVO3 short shift kit from UUC should be really at the top of your shopping list. Now, I'm not the only one who thinks this. When I did my research, I checked out a heap of BMW forums from all around the world, and probably 95% of people on those forums said that the EVO3 short shift kit was the pick of the bunch. It's going to be a little bit more expensive than any of the stuff you get on eBay, but you pretty much get what you pay for. And I'd certainly invest the extra money in getting a short shift kit which has been specifically designed for the E46 BMW. Installations are a little bit fiddly. The installation of the shifter itself is relatively straightforward. The Dual Shear Selector Rod which is going to take all the time because there's limited access and a lot of the work you're sort of doing by feel. You can't actually see what you're doing, so allow yourself a bit of time to do it and have a bit of patience. Follow the instructions that come with the kit and you should be sweet. So if you've installed one of the EVO3 short shift kits, then how about you pop us a comment below and give us your thoughts and what do you like or what don't you like about it. Leave us some comments so we can share it with our other viewers. If you've liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed as yet and you'd like to see more content about BMW E46 ownership in terms of maintenance and performance upgrades, and also to take a look at my E46 build project, subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified each time a new video comes out. Until we meet again, look after yourselves, stay safe and TTFN.